Hey guys, Popoff here, owner of Power by You, CrossFit West Kootenay. I definitely wanted my first video out to be a little bit more glamorous than it's going to be, but I've been putting it off, and it's getting to the end of my day, and I just wanted to get it done. So I'm talking to you out of my house, just doing some meal prep. Then I'm heading down to the beach for a few hours for some R&R. But before I do that, I want to just touch a little bit on nutrition. I probably get asked every single day about nutrition, people who are fed up with the way that they're eating or the simple fact that they don't know how to eat. As far as nutrition goes, in my eyes, it's very basic. Things have to be very simple. You have to meal prep and just make sure that you keep things try not to get too crazy with different kinds of recipes that require a long time to make or a lot of prep, because then that just becomes discouraging. So when you're looking at nutrition, just because something is gluten-free or fruit, anything like that, just because it has some specific label doesn't necessarily mean that it's healthy. So what you want to look at is just eating whole foods, nothing that comes out of a package. You want to have good organic meats, chicken. If you're a vegetarian, some great options are black beans, minimal tofu, but some is okay. And then looking at things like ancient grains like quinoa, rice, amaranth, even oat bran, and things like that. If you're exercising quite vigorously, you want to make sure that you do have a good amount of carbs in your diet. Carbs is anything, like I said, ancient grains, brown rice, even things like squash, yams, blueberries are considered a carb, and then your vegetables are just sort of free game. There's a big misconception that carbs are kind of the enemy, and they're not. So if you're having an issue with energy or weight loss and you feel like, well, I've cut carbs out, that's generally not the place to start. So breakfast is the most important meal of the day. You want to wake up and you want to make sure that you put something in your system. And, it's going to set you up and it's going to set your metabolism up for the rest of the day. So when you wake up, you want to have some kind of source of protein, even if that's eggs. If you're a woman, consuming 1 or 2 eggs in the morning, even 1 egg with egg whites and veggies is great. If you're a guy that's active and exercising, you go anywhere from 2 to 6 eggs, depending on your body weight and how much exercise you're doing. Along with that, a little bit of carbs would be great. If you're a female, maybe a 1/4 cup of uncooked oatmeal, obviously then cooked, maybe with some blueberries, a few raisins for sweetness. And if you're a guy, you would want to maybe double that or triple that. Although people really use that excuse that they're not hungry in the morning, if you're having issues with energy, weight loss, sleep, the ticket is to start eating more. Once you get your metabolism revved up, then you can start to look at your macros and how much of each food you're eating and really start to dial it in. So once you have your breakfast, after that, maybe have a snack mid-morning. Your snack could be, a turkey pepperoni stick or a bison pepperoni stick, maybe with a piece of fruit, or even something like some carrot sticks, celery sticks, something along those lines. Lunch, same thing. If you're relatively active, you want to have some carbs, which is your ancient grains, your squash, your yam. You want to have some protein, anywhere from 3 to 6 ounces, depending if you're a male or a female. And then vegetables are extra. Of course, you want to always eat your veggies, but in my case, and something that I do, is I always make sure that I get the amount of protein and carbs that I need in a day. And then if I do that in the morning, the rest of the day, I just have tons of big salads and roasted veggies and things of that nature. Mid-afternoon, if you feel like you need another snack, a really great snack is, say, some almonds and raisins. You get your fat, protein, and carbs out of your almonds, and then raisins are a major source of carbohydrates. And again, everything that I'm saying, it should be taken in moderation. You don't want to sit there and mow on a bag of raisins and almonds, because that's just going to put you way beyond your caloric intake. Dinner time comes around, my highest recommendation is having some kind of great protein source and a lot of veggies, big kale salads, steamed vegetables, anything like that. And, keep your carbs a little bit less at night than you would maybe throughout the day, unless you haven't eaten a lot of carbs, then you want to eat some at nighttime. So again, it's basic. You want to have 3 good meals a day, 2 snacks. You want to make sure that you're having some kind of protein source with every single meal, 2 to 6 ounces, depending on if you're a male or a female, and carbs are not the enemy. Things that are, in my opinion, are coconut products, drinking a lot of coconut water, sugary drinks, like even raw desserts, lots of nuts. Obviously, those are high in calories, and you don't realize that. I can't remember the specific amount, but a handful of almonds not only has a ton of fat, it has a ton of carbs. There's a lot in there. So, if you're eating a lot of nuts, anything that you're eating in excess, you just want to make sure that you're trimming that down a little bit. So, and another big thing is not eating super late at night, which these are all things that we know, but instead of just talking about wanting to change it, maybe this is the time to do it. So those are my sort of tips, my basic tips on nutrition. I'm going to try and send these out at least on a weekly basis. Every time we're going to touch on something different. So try and tune in, see what it's all about. And hopefully next time we'll have a little bit of a better setting and we can maybe get into some pre and post exercise supplements or something along that nature. So I hope you guys are having an awesome day and we'll be in touch soon.